Does TFM have it right? Are fraternities about drinking gratuitous amounts of Keystone Light to the point of killing your liver, then waking up the next morning to do it again? And chasing sorority girls all across campus? What does it really mean to be in a fraternity? For this, I turn to my pledge brothers for the answers.
Somewhere so big, especially the U of I here in Champaign, is you have 40,000 people and you really don't know any of them. And Greek life is really a way for you, I would say, to get close, to make a big campus smaller. And I agree with Billy 100%, is that a lot of people don't necessarily know exactly what a fraternity is, but at the same time they understand that it's a place that, you're going to feel welcomeness, you're going to gain relationships that you hope last forever, and it's going to create bonds. And I really think that's, for me and my mindset, especially having an older brother who went through the Greek system, that was the allure, is being in an environment where you're welcome and have people around you.
I know a lot of times people come around do rush because there's a lot of booze, a lot of alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel sometimes that that's why some people consider joining fraternity initially?
As someone who's been involved with Rush for 3 different semesters, absolutely. I mean, the allure of coming down somewhere and not only not knowing anyone, like we just said, but not knowing what to do, but always wanting to enjoy yourself, and then you have this mansion full of people who are best friends, throwing a social event where there's girls everywhere and there's drinking and people are just enjoying themselves. The allure is absolutely there that this is a place where, I'll get to know people, at the same time I'm going to have a great time.
I think that whether you're in a fraternity or not, there's going to be, males are going to want booze, they're going to want girls. So, I think either way you look at it, that's going to be involved, no matter which path you decide to take.
So then what specifically drew you to Acacia? What made you pick Acacia out of the other fraternities?
What drew you to Acacia, Billy?
Without a doubt. I mean, I went to a few different houses for Rush, and this sounds so generic and so lame, but I just fit in well with people here. It was people who legitimately wanted to get to know me, who cared what I had to say, and I just, there were no awkward moments. I could have a conversation with anyone I ever met here. It's just like when you're picking a school, it's very similar to picking a fraternity. You need to go there and see how you feel, and it just felt right here.
That's the thing, I wouldn't say that's lame at all. Even if that's something that you hear a lot, I'd say the difference is in sincerity. Like I mentioned earlier, my brother went through this specific house, and I looked at other houses, but the environment that was conducive to what I wanted here was exactly what Billy said. I agree with you completely. Every single time I came around to this fraternity, every single event that I went through during my Rush process, I felt nothing but warmness, welcomeness, openness, because people were so inviting and just so genuinely interested in who I was as a person that no matter any other event and any other organization I went to, this place made me feel home, and that's why I joined.
I first pledged me, and they're like, "Oh, these will be your best friends.
That's hard, man.
These will be the people that will be at your wedding." And I was like, "I don't even know these kids."
It's hard to accept.
So you know what you're getting into.
I would say probably in October or early November, I wholeheartedly was completely invested in these are my brothers, these are my best friends.
Yeah. I mean, it's a constant struggle.
It takes time. It takes time and effort, like anything else. It's just the whole process of always having to do things together.
If you could think of one event that maybe was like the culmination of really these guys are becoming your brothers, what do you think it would be, and what was it like?
For me, definitely Pledge Dance.
Pledge Dance.
I mean, we were at the house a week straight, maybe everyone running on 4 or 5 hours of sleep a night, if any. And I mean, it was awesome. It was like, well, we have to do this in a week. We didn't think we have a chance of finishing it, but I mean, we were just grinding out every single day, just decorating the house, making it better. I mean, we had a great time. The people, I mean,
we were constructing like hardwood objects at like 3 in the morning, hanging up lights, just doing great things, just because we cared. It was a passionate drive, and it drove all of us, and it drove us together.
And again, obviously, we did that for the house, but the benefits we got from it, and the experience and the memories we had from that, I will never forget.
After you share so many different experiences and emotions with your pledge class that you might only experience with your friends from back home over the course of an entire lifetime, it really clicks, and you realize that you know many of these individuals more than some of their friends back home or even some of their own family members. So I think that moment is when I really realized that there's something more to it than just casual friends.
Just a year ago, my brother was diagnosed with cancer, and I don't think none of the friends back home know this, because I didn't feel comfortable telling them. I didn't want to tell them, and honestly, I've spent so much time with my pledge brothers right now that I can honestly go up to them, speak to them about what I went through while my brother had cancer, and I know, I'm 100% certain that they would be there for me and help me get through the tough time that I did.
My day-to-day life, what I've come to realize is really it's just this unavoidable and unconscious just understanding and concern for everyone who shares that brotherhood with you.
The feeling that you have towards that individual is the same feeling that you would have towards your own sibling back at home. And I think defining brotherhood would be, knowing that you would be do whatever it takes to go out of your way to help that individual no matter what the circumstances, and be able to know that someone's willing to do the same for you.
If I'm ever in a pickle, because everyone lives the same life we do, it's very stressful, there's always 1,000 things going on. If I'm ever in a pickle and I need something like immediately, I say, okay, who can I call? I'll call Nick, I'll call Saman. That's perfect. I know like first thing, he's on my favorites on my phone. Just 2 clicks. Hey, Saman, I need this. Please, I need it in 5 minutes. And of course he's like, oh, are you kidding me? You know what I mean?
I try and razz him, but I'll do it. I don't care. I'm not upset at all.
He knows I need it, so I don't know. Again, it goes back to the brotherhood thing. It's just one of those things that you have to feel to understand.
I think it's a certain confidence level that we both have, knowing that if something happens in the future, it's, we're going to be there for each other.
I'm going to get a job at Red Line tomorrow.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Wait, how are you gonna get a job at Red Line?
Shepard is the man.
What do you do?
He literally, we were talking about how I need a job for something, and he was like, you want to work at Line? And I was like, yeah. He texted his GM or whatever, and he said, he came back in 5 minutes later, he was like, so you want to work at Red Line or Plies? And I was like, preferably Plies. And he said, alright, but you might have to switch off between Line and Plies because they're like partners or whatever. And when he came back 5 minutes later, I was like, alright, yeah, I think it's going to work. He was like, you just got to talk to the guy at Happy Hour tomorrow. He's like, I'm going to go with you and introduce him. And he said, just as long as you look him in the eye and answer a few questions.
Oh shit, that's awesome.
Just living in a group of guys who you don't really know, who you don't really have any internal connection with, any brotherhood connection with, you might as well be living in the dorms.
Without brotherhood, we wouldn't be here. Let's put it that way. Our fraternity, as you know, we demand excellence, and without our leaders, without people who are dedicated as we are, we wouldn't be in this house, we wouldn't be on this campus, and Cage Fraternity would not exist.